Motor City Campbell weighs in on the top 2 picks of this year's NFL draft. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, my name is Derek and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know what we do on this channel. We talk all things about your favorite team, the Detroit Lions. So subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any videos. We have crossed 2,000 and we are working our way to 2,500 subscribers. It is May the 2nd. Let's see if we can get there by June 1st. That would be fantastic. So if you are a returning viewer, go ahead and become a subscriber as well. You know you want to. You know that Brad Holmes can be quite aggressive when it comes to the NFL draft. He was part of the team that came up and traded for Jared Goff, which is kind of makes you think in retrospect now, there was no way the Detroit Lions were going to take a quarterback, seeing as how Brad Holmes was part of that network that came up 13 spots and got Jared Goff. So he still believes in him 6 years later. But Brad Holmes, an aggressive GM, made some power moves in the NFL draft. I've had time to think about the Jameson Williams pick, and overall, I'm happy with it, getting the best wide receiver and probably the best offensive player in the 2022 NFL draft. Did I want more bang for the buck? Yeah, but we got a real big bang, so I guess I can't complain. We also cleaned up the defense quite a bit, selecting 6 out of our 8 draft picks were defense. We took several offensive players as part of the undrafted rookie free agent class. But as far as the 7-round draft, we took 6 defensive players. And I really can't ask for anything more than that. We got our safety. We got a linebacker that's going to use some work. And we got a defensive end who can play linebacker as well. So, you know what? I can't complain overall. We even picked up a cornerback near the end. So maybe he can come in and actually make the team and make a difference. But Dan Campbell, hearing for the first time how he felt about snagging Aiden Hutchinson and Jameson Williams. Dan Campbell spoke to Albert Breer and discussed how he felt when the pick was Aiden Hutchinson. I'll tell you what stuck out. I was like, my gosh, this guy's relentless. I wrote down relentless, wrecking ball, explosive, good hand use. There's a number of words I can use to describe him. But if you're asking for one that just really stood out, he was relentless. And it was in both areas, the run and pass game. Even our defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, had to chime in as well. Here's what he had to say. I went back and watched the freshman tape, and I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but that's when he was playing the 3 technique for the most part. And so I'm texting Dan like, man, there's more versatility to this player than we probably give him credit for. So I make a cut up and just show it to him that he's played in that position. So now, man, it's things just spinning defensively. Man, how can I use this guy in other situations? And you know, those things showed up. Obviously, I like the player a lot. We like the player a lot. Man, we're glad to have this player. We really are. That's coming from defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. I saw an article today as well that the Detroit Lions, they gave their pick to the NFL so fast that the NFL was upset with them because they wanted to milk it out just a wee bit more. So they already knew immediately when Trayvon Walker came off the board that within a minute or so, the Detroit Lions, the pick was in. You know, that first round, they got to milk it for TV ratings. So that's how the Detroit Lions feel about Aiden Hutchinson, and I think we should feel that way too. I know I personally wanted Aiden Hutchinson, and I'm glad we have him on this team. Dan Campbell really, really wanted Aiden Hutchinson. When you talk about relentless, Dan Campbell went on to speak more about Aiden. He's a major pain in the butt because, look, he's not going to just catch his breath on the play. He's catching his breath between plays. And when it's time to go and they snap the ball until they blow the whistle, this guy's all out all the time. And I would say there's a lot of refinement to him. He's really worked his craft. But, man, he's got room to improve now. I'll tell you what excites me about him is where his ceiling is. That was one of the biggest things that we were worried about when Kayvon Thibodeau was coming out to be the number 2 pick, and when we thought we were going to take him was his motor. And Dan Campbell obviously felt the same way, saying that this guy doesn't take plays off. He is all out all the time. He's catching his breath in between plays so he can go all out during the actual play. And I think we saw the same thing. So welcome to Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson. We know you will do us just fine. Dan Campbell had a lot to say about Jameson Williams as well. Now, the Detroit Lions traded up 20 spots from 32 to 12 to get Jameson Williams. They gave up number 32, 34, and 66 to get 12 and 46, which they selected Josh Pascal. But as far as Dan Campbell's thoughts on Jameson Williams, here's what he had to say. I'm like, whoa, this is a little bit different now. This player here, he puts the fear of God in defenses, and that's what we want. Dan Campbell said he puts the fear of God. He said he puts the fear of God into the defenses, and that is what they wanted. Somebody that can blow the top off of opposing defenses. Now, Jameson might not be the biggest guy, probably could use 5 to 10 pounds of muscle, make him a little stockier, a little bigger, but he's not really worried about getting hit because you got to be able to catch him. So overall, man, I feel really good about this pick, but you know how I felt on draft night. I was a little irritated that we came up and gave up what we gave, but I do realize that this guy is the best player in the draft. He was the best offensive player in the draft, and also that guy that we finally been looking for to blow the top off the defenses, which will help Jared Goff tremendously. If we have a run game, get that play action going, we will be just fine. So I'm looking forward to see. I don't believe what people think that he doesn't want to be here. If you watch his videos, this guy says probably about 40 words a week. He's one of them guys that looks like he doesn't really you can't really see how he's feeling, and he can look sad and be happy as can be. So I wouldn't say that he doesn't want to be here. Looks like the Detroit Lions are trying to turn around, and he's got a big chip on his shoulder as well. He didn't like the 2 receivers that went before him. I think Jameson Williams is going to be just fine. The first play I ever saw of him was him running down on a punt team as a gunner and just crush the returner and just crushing the returner. Running and just crushing the returner. This guy is a high-level gunner on the punt team. This guy is aggressive. He's more than just a receiver. He's a highly competitive football player, like he just wants to be out there and do something. The Detroit Lions are doing something we have never seen before, and that is building through the draft. I'm not going to change my statement from Thursday night about drafting Jameson Williams. I love the player, love the pick. Don't necessarily love the trade up, but what can I do? I'm going to have to get over it because I'm going to watch anyway, just like you are. So let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this draft? A lot of people, a lot of big name media has been given the draft an A. We had the 3rd or 2nd best draft out of the entire NFL. I want to say it was number 3. I'm really going to give it a B+ for me. I know a lot of people, B+. That's just me. I'm just going to give it a B+. Let me know your grade in the comments below. What was your favorite pick of the 2022 NFL draft? And how are you feeling about this coming season? Let me know. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All my returning viewers, I appreciate you. You are responsible for the growth of this channel. If you are a returning viewer and you are not yet a subscriber, consider doing so. That would be fantastic. Trying to get to 2,500 by the end of the month. And if all goes well, I might have some very big news coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that. So you want to subscribe so you get the notification. So when that news drop, you know. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.